All right, fuck it, let's get it. Yes, sir. What's poppin' with y'all, man? Welcome back to another motherfucking episode of the Thin Line Between Genius and Insanity podcast. I am the flyest, highest, coolest, smoothest host of them all. OGHatch, man. You know the fuck it is, man. What's up with y'all, man? How y'all doing? Hope out there looking good, feeling good, staying motherfucking safe. It's a whole lot of shit going on in these motherfucking churches, man. I tell you shit each and every motherfucking week. I want to say shout out to everybody around the world that's tapped in and joined the conversation, man. I truly love and appreciate all the motherfucking support, man. It's coming from all corners of the motherfucking earth right now. Let's keep running these numbers up, man. Let's keep spreading the motherfucking love and positivity amongst the folks. Let's keep doing our thing. Let's just keep staying in our lane, doing our thing. As you can see, man, it's episode 86, man. We all on the grind of 100, man. This shit don't stop for a motherfucking soul. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, man. I almost didn't bring my black ass in this motherfucker today, bro, just because I haven't been feeling the best. I don't know what the fuck it is, man. 3 of the last 4 weeks, I haven't been feeling that good. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's my sinuses, bro. If you live out here in Arizona, you know these last couple days, the weather has really been shaky like a motherfucker. One day we was 90 degrees, next day it was 70, breezy and shit like that. Shit fucking with my sinuses, man. So I'm all over the place. So I do want to apologize for anybody, well, everybody that's listening, you know what I'm saying, still watch us on the YouTube channel. Everybody that's listening, man, if I sound a little bit crazy, you know why. My sinuses and everything is fucked up right now, man. But it is live shit I want to get into. It's a live shit on the motherfucking doc that I want to jump into, bro. A whole lot of shit done popped off. I don't know how long this episode will be just because I do know I don't feel the best, but I do want to get the live shit off my chest because a lot of shit did happen over these past couple days. Of course, we got to get into the whole Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Did he reach his breaking point? Bro had enough. We got to get into that shit. He smacking Chris Rock live on the motherfucking Oscar stage, bro. Shit is kind of crazy as fuck. I'm going to get into my beef with Jada Pinkett Smith just because enough is enough. There's a lot of shit that needs to be said about Jada Pinkett Smith that's not said about Jada Pinkett Smith, and I've had enough. I've reached my boiling point with this bitch. I ain't gonna fake it. Enough is enough. We got a question of the week. Do parents these days care about how their kids will view their actions once they grow up? Because it's a lot of risque ass decisions being made just for the quick buck, and you're not caring about what their kids gonna think when they get older. We gotta get to Deshaun Watson. I left it alone last week, but I came across some more information that I want to make sure I bring it up on this podcast because I feel like I'll be remiss and I'll be wrong not to bring it up. We got to get into the scary dynamic of relationships. Man, I was watching a show called Bad Vegan on Netflix, and that shit really took me over the edge. That shit really took me over the motherfucking edge, man. Also, we got to get into assuming the worst. We got to get into Wesley Snipes. We got to get into the other celebrities that appeared at the Oscars and how they looked and what people are saying on the internet. We got to get into all of that shit. So let's go ahead and kick off the motherfucking episode, man. The topic I'm about to discuss is, this Will Smith topic, obviously, him smacking the shit out of Chris Rock. A part of me really didn't want to bring it up on the podcast just because everybody's talking about it. And I feel like it happened, what was that, Friday or Saturday or some shit like that. And I feel like everybody's been talking about it so much that it's damn near old news at this point. Like, I record these podcasts on Wednesdays, so we about 3-4 days removed from the actual incident actually taking place. Everybody's talking about it. ESPN, Undisputed. It's all over social media, all over the news cycles. It's every fucking way. But I gotta talk about it. I gotta at least give my 2 cents on it, just because I have a platform and it's what the fuck I gotta do. It's what the fuck I do. Does Will Smith reach his breaking point? We all seen the video of him walking up, slapping shit at Chris Rock because allegedly, right after Chris Rock said the joke about G.I. Jane, about Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith laughed for a minute. He looked over at Jada Pinkett Smith, seeing that she was high-key embarrassed. He walked on stage and slapped the shit out of him. The reason why I said allegedly is because I truly don't know why the fuck he slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. Well, it's easy to assume he did it because he was defending for his wife. I don't think that's the case, bro. I think it's a legit question to ask. Was that out of love or was that for protecting his pride? Because I've come on this podcast for at least the last, year and a half and had multiple episodes where I touched on the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith relationship. And it's not because I know these two people personally, but it's because Jada Pinkett Smith puts out all their business. And all their business seems to just be degrading the fuck out of Will Smith's masculinity. I'm gonna be honest with you. The whole world looks at Will Smith as a cuck. Like, that's what motherfuckers look at Will Smith as a cuck. The whole world looks at Will Smith as not running his household. Now, in some people, they don't mind, you know what I'm saying, women, you know what I'm saying, running the household. But for the most part, niggas get a lot of flack when they not running their own household. We all see what's going on with the whole D Wade and Gabrielle Union shit. Everybody says Gabrielle Union runs their household. She even came on and said she be fucking the nigga in the ass type shit. But that's another topic for another fucking day. I think we covered that already. But the whole world has a lack of respect, really, for Will Smith. And it goes back from a lot of his own doing. You know what I'm saying? He came out, you know what I'm saying, as a rapper, not cussing and shit like that, which as a mature adult, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I do understand the quote unquote soft label or the Kids Bop rapper label. I understand that. He was pretty much a cleaner version of LL Cool J type shit. The whole Storytime rhyme and shit, that was Will Smith. Storytime ass nigga ain't talking about shit really that niggas really want to listen to. But he won the first Grammy as a rapper and shit like that. The movie roles he's taken on, they all been happy-go-lucky and jolly. You know what I'm saying? You got the Wild Wild West. You got the motherfucking me Hitch. You got the motherfucking me 6 Degrees of Separation, where it was some gay shit that went down in that. All his movie roles and everything he's ever done ties into his personality as a happy-go-lucky, jolly nigga, the good-looking, light-skinned dude, not too dangerous. That's his image. So there's always going to be a niggas testing that. But it was always a sense of respect for Will Smith as I was growing up. I've always respected Will Smith. Like, as much as I knew he wasn't the tough nigga, I didn't look down on him. That shit starts to change when it comes out that your wife is giving niggas permissions to blow her back out. When your wife is openly talking about this entanglement with this young nigga from Louisiana who had mental health issues. It's more, it comes out more when your wife's at the red table talk telling these white women that you just ain't fucking it right. See, there's more that comes out about Will Smith that people look down upon from his wife. That nobody ever really tried Will Smith. At this whole Oscar situation, fam, and the reason why I say I really don't think it was because of Jada Pinkett Smith's love, earlier in that night, Regina Hall made a fucking joke talking about Jada Pinkett Smith giving permission. The lady from The Orange Is the New Black, she was doing interviews. The transgender woman, I forget her name. She even said when she was interviewing Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith on the red carpet, she even brought up the entanglement shit. And in both situations, Jada Pinkett laughed. Will Smith laughed, but he had that laugh like he really didn't want to laugh at that shit. I bring it up because that whole night leading up to that moment, and the last 2 to 3 years leading up to that moment, the whole world has been laughing at fucking Will Smith. That man got blockbuster movies out the fucking wazoo. He had a fucking blockbuster movie fighting his younger self. He took the 10-year challenge to a whole new fucking meaning. But nobody gave a fuck. We gave a fuck about what his wife was saying at the red table talk. So he smacked the shit out of Chris Rock. I don't think he smacked the shit out of Chris Rock for Jada. He smacked the shit out of Chris Rock for him. He needs to do that. That man, he literally went from the whole world sitting there laughing and bringing up his business, what his wife was doing in the bedroom with another young man. He took that and went straight to doing King Richard. The first 10 minutes of King Richard, that nigga said this world ain't never had no love for Richard Williams, but they gonna love y'all. He went straight from being a depressed ass nigga to playing a depressed ass nigga role. He's been going through it. He's been going through it. So that's my whole thing. I can come on here and easily talk about, you know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about the whole, you know what I mean? Everybody talking about the whole motherfucking, she got alopecia, and Chris Rock made a motherfucking joke about her alopecia. Who the fuck knew Jada Pinkett Smith had alopecia? Who knew this shit? Who gives a fuck? She's acting like she walking around this motherfucker looking like Charlie Villanueva or some shit. You the motherfucker sporting a big ass bald head. You think nobody's going to say anything about that? You think no comedian is going to joke about you walking through this motherfucker with this big ass bald ass head? Still looking good. As much as I dislike Jada Pinkett Smith, which I'm finna get into, she still is a beautiful, attractive woman. Still. But you think a comedian's not finna talk about that big ass Mojo Jojo ass head you got? And you bald? There was a fucking video. Everybody's talking about Chris Rock making a joke about her alopecia. How you know that nigga know she had alopecia? I didn't know she had alopecia. I'm not keeping up with fucking Jada Pinkett Smith. You know what I'm saying? To know she got alopecia? Who knows this shit? What the fuck has Jada Pinkett Smith done the last 25 years? The last 25 years. I'm 26 years old. What the fuck has Jada Pinkett Smith done the last 25 years that I'm keeping up with her lifestyle? I know she got alopecia. I've always seen her with long ass hair. I've always seen her with multiple hairstyles. Now I get the whole concept of black women in entertainment they have to do certain things to appeal to the masses. I get that. When I seen Jada Pinkett Smith rocking this ball cut, I didn't think about alopecia. You know what I thought? I thought Jada Pinkett Smith was living her life. I thought Jada Pinkett Smith was looking like her fucking kids. I didn't think she was suffering from a fucking disease. When fucking Tiffany Haddish would just cut her hair, what was that, last year or a few months ago? And she got jokes cracked on her. Did you see Common walking through this motherfucker smacking niggas the fuck up? No. Because it's a joke. It's a fucking joke. I'm not allowing motherfuckers to take this to the extreme about, oh, it's about black women's hair. No, fuck that. What about the black man's pride? What about the black man's dignity? Let's compare the fucking two. Let's compare your black hair to that man's pride and dignity. Let's compare that. Because the whole world is laughing at this nigga. And when they're laughing at that nigga because of the shit that you said, Jada, you're not defending Will. Question to all the friends of the show. When have you ever seen Jada Pinkett Smith go out her motherfucking way to defend Will Smith? When have you seen that? When have you fucking seen it? And if I'm mistaken, please send it to me. I have no problem apologizing. I have no problem going back on shit that I motherfucking said. If you seen it, let me motherfucking know. Because at this point, it's a one-way street. That's my beef with Jada Pinkett Smith. I'm on the outside looking in. Will Smith can be a grimy ass nigga behind closed door. But in the public eye, she don't deserve a nigga like Will Smith. Will Smith goes out his way to look goofy and childish as fuck for Jada Pinkett Smith. Will Smith just had the biggest night of his fucking life, and nobody's talking about it. Nobody gives a fuck about him winning the Oscar for the first time in his career. Nobody gives a fuck about all the other black actors and actresses and producers and directors that won awards that night. Shaq and Steph Curry won a motherfucking award that night. Shaq and Steph Curry won Oscars that night. Nobody knows. Nobody gives a fuck. What we're all talking about is Will Smith slapping the fuck out of Chris Rock for fucking nothing. And I'm gonna say this before I get to Chris Rock is way better than me. I won with a whoop Will Smith ass. As soon as he turned around with a drop, kicked him in his fucking back. And two, I would have sued the fuck out of Chris Rock. Out of Will Smith. Jim Carrey came out and said he would have sued Will Smith ass for $200 million. And I totally agree. You just assaulted this man in front of millions of people. You have 1,000 witnesses in the building, millions watching upon the world just sat here and watch you assault this man for fucking nothing. For fucking nothing. A G.I. Jane joke? Nigga didn't say shit about alopecia. And once again, who knew she had alopecia? Well, did she go on a campaign years ago talking about this shit? Now, I'm not saying she don't have it. What I'm saying is, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? It's a joke about your big ass bald head. You got a bald fade, lady. What the fuck? You're at the Oscars with a bald head, with a bald fade, rocking it. You're rocking the fuck out of it. But if you think a room full of comedians that no one's going to say anything, you're fucking crazy. And my beef is it's a one-way street. I came on this podcast episodes ago and told y'all, I can never be in a relationship where I feel like I care more about the other person they care about me. I can't do that. I can't. And shit like this Smith family shit going on, shit like this comes to mind. Because it's clear to me that Will Smith loves Jada Pinkett Smith. It's clear to everybody that's the case. That's the case. There's not a person in this world or a man in this world that won't look at Will Smith and say he don't love the shit out of his wife. But you won't find a man in this fucking world that would think that love's reciprocated. I don't give a fuck if it is in closed doors. On the outside looking in, that shit is not reciprocated. This lady has fucked her son's friends. This lady has made a fucking show based and got all the views and promotion and notoriety of dogging out her fucking husband. She ain't on that motherfucker talking about her old movie roles. She ain't talking about her old luxury, lavish lifestyle she was living. She's talking about how Will Smith ain't fucking her right. She's talking about how she cheated. How Will don't run this shit. I give the permission. Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, come on. I can't look at Jada Pinkett Smith and see a good woman. I can't. I've always known Jada Pinkett Smith to do some conniving shit. Even from her fucking movie roles. Nobody talks about how she was fucking on Morpheus. When Morpheus started to really believe in finding the one, Neo, to save civilization, she fucked off on him and started fucking Obama looking nigga. Like, come on. From every fucking movie role she's been in, she has been fucking over on niggas, and in her personal life, she's been fucking over on Will Smith. Everybody knows it. This whole time, everybody been saying that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith got some wild ass open relationship. I'm sure the fuck they do. She ain't getting tied down to shit. She ain't getting tied down to a motherfucking thing. Who do you think initiated that shit? On the outside looking into the Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. And you see how much he loves her. Who do you think is initiating this outside potluck sex? Who's initiating the potluck sex? Is it Jada or is it Will? I'll put 1,000 on Jada. I'll put 1,000 on fucking Jada. I can't rock with Jada Pinkett Smith, guys. I can't. Beautiful woman. Beautiful woman. Beautiful family. As weird as I think her fucking kids is. Beautiful family. Successful family. I can't fuck with her. When I look at her, I see a manipulative motherfucker. I don't see shit. I don't see a beautiful soul in that woman. You got people running around this, and I'm gonna hurry up and get off this topic, but you got people running around talking about that's what it's like when a woman runs the household. I'm not gonna agree with that. This is what happened when you got a evil, ain't shit bitch running the household. This lady fucked her son's friends, and we know about it. Come on, dog. Will Smith, that's Will fucking Smith. I asked the friends of the show again, who the fuck is Jada Pinkett Smith without Will Smith? Who is she? I ain't never looked at a fucking movie for Jada Pinkett Smith. I've never left a movie and said, oh, she killed that. I don't give a fuck. Who gives a fuck about Jada Pinkett Smith? She was never Vivica Fox. She wasn't Vivica A. Fox. Successful, yes. Movies, she got roles, yes. But in the last 20 years, who gives a fuck about her? Come on. In the last 20 years, the only thing associated to this woman's name is how she is belittling her fucking man's masculinity. That's it. And everybody's we supposed to be jumping up talking about the black man standing up for the black woman. Well, when the fuck she gonna stand up for her black man? When is she gonna do that? When is she gonna come? Why is she gonna come out and grab the microphone and let the whole world know, nah, Will fucking me right. I love my man. No. What we hear is Tupac. We hear Tupac. How she was fucking August. You know what I'm saying? How Will ain't hitting it. In 2 weeks, gonna be another red table talk. He don't hit the G spot. In 2 weeks, gonna be another fucking red table talk about he don't hit the fucking G spot. That's a sad fucking sight to see, bro. Will Smith, bro. I do think you need to be punished for the shit that you did. You did some out of control shit. I don't think they should take the man award away, but I do think that he should be getting at least a 5-year ineligibility for winning any more fucking awards, because you were literally assaulted a nigga in front of millions of people and still was able to get you an award and shit like that, which I'm happy. It sounds legendary in the moment. That's a legendary night for you, but there has to be consequences for that, because in the future, that's going to prevent other comedians from doing their fucking job. They didn't bring Chris Rock up there just to read the card, my nigga. They brought him out there to do exactly what he did, to crack jokes, to liven up the room, to help probably get a moment for viral sensation type shit. If Will Smith isn't punished, which I did read they're looking into doing that, he may even be banned going forward, which I think is too far. You got some people saying a 1 year, 2 year, ineligibility. I say 5. It's not like Will Smith needs fucking awards. It's Will Smith. He can still work and get movie roles and shit like that. You just won't win an Oscar, my nigga. I'm pretty sure the movie can still get Best Picture and shit like that. You just won't win shit, personally. So I think he should get a 5-year suspension, bro. A 5-year ineligibility from winning a fucking award, bro, because that shit was out of control. I will say Chris Rock, I will take my hand off and I'm going to move on after this. Chris Rock handled that shit like a fucking professional. He got the shit slapped out of him and just went right back into his bit. He went right back into his bit, you know what I'm saying, and carried it on. Because honestly, when I first seen it, bro, I thought the shit was fake. I'm thinking maybe Will Smith and Chris Rock set this up to like help Will Smith get some points back type shit, because of how smooth Chris Rock handled that. When Will Smith walked up to him, I think any other person probably would have got a little bit more defensive, but Chris Rock was still staying cool. When he got slapped like a motherfucker, he still stayed cool. Now, granted, he is a much smaller person than Will Smith, but he still kept it professional. So I do want to tip my cap to that, because I know if that was me, I would have beat the fuck out of Will Smith, yo. Like, on some sneak shit. Like, as soon as he would have turned his back trying to walk off all cool and fly and shit, I would have drop kicked that nigga in his back down them stairs. No bullshit. I'm not even bullshit. I would have beat the fuck out of Will Smith and still would have sued that nigga. I still would have sued. I don't give a fuck what niggas would have said. I still would have sued the fuck out of bro. So to see Chris Rock is talentless like a fucking real nigga, you better than me, my niggas. I need revenge. Real motherfucking talk. Moving on, man. I came across this post on Instagram, and it was very interesting. And it was about the nightlife scene. And I got up on the screen for people that's watching on the YouTube channel at OGHatchTV. Go ahead and ring that bell, drop a like, comment, all that good shit. Join the fucking community. I seen this post about the nightlife scene. And I'm gonna read it. It says, this girl posted, I officially have no desire to go out in Arizona anymore. I'd rather try new restaurants and go on outings. And the caption is this big facts of all cap, is the nightlife scene overrated? And I've honestly been saying this since 2015. So it had to be, 19, 20, 19? Yeah, 19 going on 20. Whatever year it was. I was 19 going on 20 when I started feeling like this. I had already started, going out. I had in my college years, we was going out all the motherfucking time and always getting into some bullshit. And even when I came out to Arizona, when I was going, the times I did go out, I got into some bullshit. The nightlife scene has always been overrated to me. I honestly don't see how people enjoy just going out to a club, drinking and listening to loud ass music, and just standing there for hours at a time. I don't see how people enjoy that shit. I'm being completely honest with you. I don't see how people do it all the time. A nigga like myself, I don't fuck with the nightlife scene. I like controlled chaos. I'm be real. I like controlled chaos. The nightlife scene is just too much. It's too much. It's too much. Unknown variables into the equation. You don't know who the fuck is who. You don't know what that nigga got, what she got in her purse. You don't know. You never know when the drop is being dropped type shit. So I like controlled chaos. A nigga like myself, I like to be in control of how many people I'm around, how many vices are around, you know what I'm saying, how loud the music finna be, how long we finna listen to music. I like being in control of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only so much ratchet shit I can take in one night. I'm gonna be honest with you. My ratchet shit is the woman. I need a chick who got some ratchet in her. I'm not trying to be in a ratchet ass environment. That shit does nothing for me. Me going out I don't go to bars and shit. That shit does nothing for me. That's not an environment that I can see myself realistically being in for more than 30 minutes or 45 minutes because it's too much unknown variables. There's nothing going on. You're literally doing the same thing you could be doing at home or a little small miniature kickback at a fucking establishment, wasting all your fucking money and taking the chances of getting into some shit. Anytime I've ever went out, I got into some shit. Now, maybe I'm a bad luck ass nigga. Maybe I'm the motherfucking problem. That's why I removed myself. But like, anytime I've ever went out, I got into some shit. Anytime. And anytime I just sat back and not did the nightlife scene and still had like a ball with a few motherfuckers, I had a time of my life and made it home that night. Woke up the next morning feeling good. had a ball. I had a ball. But it surprises me when I see I'm 26 years old, you know what I'm saying? So I'm still, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote, young as fuck. But I see motherfuckers that I know, you know what I'm saying, that's around the same age with kids. Like, they got kids. And they be in the club every weekend. I know niggas without kids that be in the club every weekend. That's not the move for me. Like, I don't see, and them same people talk about ain't shit to do with the club, but they still go out and go into that nightlife scene because they want that to be they want to be associated with the popping crowd. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna probably move. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna say this because I think a lot of that shit. Another reason why I really don't go into the nightlife scene, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. A lot of people probably ain't gonna like this, but it's kind of an insight into the way I think about things. The nightlife scene isn't for me because I don't want to meet a woman that's from the nightlife scene. I truly fucking don't. I've been around so many. excuse me. I've been around so many men in my life and women in my life who've met their partner from the nightlife scene, and I never heard a good story from it. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I've never heard a good story or a good ending to the person who met their significant other in a nightlife scene. That always leads to either baby mamas, single parents, you know what I'm saying? And you know, baby mamas, baby daddies, and single parents. Anybody who's ever came across me and they met their significant other in a nightlife scene, that shit don't end well. So at just me growing up, I've never wanted to meet a woman from a nightlife scene and take her even slightly serious. I don't even, when I'm out and shit like that, I ain't even hopping down on shit. I want to meet my woman doing some regular shit. Let me meet you shopping, buying groceries or some shit like that. Let me meet you at the gym or some shit like that. I don't want to meet no woman that's shaking ass and throwing that shit in a circle on the dance floor. I like it. I'm gonna get behind you, but we're not leading any fucking where. I don't want to meet you. I don't want to talk to you for after none of that because I would be damned if I ever have a kid by a woman I met in the nightlife scene. That's one of my biggest fears, fam. So that's another reason why I just stay away from that shit. Cause I'm on my Kevin Gates shit lately, bro. She pretty in the face and she's super thick. I'm just staying with my dick. I've been on my Kevin Gates shit for the last 7 years, bro. So I just take myself out of certain situations to prevent me fucking up catastrophically. And I really think that's what the nightlife seemed to do for me, man. Real motherfucker. I want to get to the question of the week, man. Question of the week is, do parents nowadays think about how their kids will view their actions when they grow up? This is a very interesting topic. I'm not going to cap. You know, nowadays, and I think it's always been like this, but I think nowadays, everything that people are doing to get their money is on the internet. Everything that people are doing will never go away. Like, you know how back in the days when moms and dads was pimping and hustling and selling their pussies and shit like that, That shit was, they had no electronic record of that shit. So yeah, it may have happened, but a lot of times your kids probably wouldn't have found out about that shit unless someone actually told them about this shit. Nowadays, bro, you got this whole OnlyFans shit where shit is just being copied and pasted onto these porn sites. You got this social media shit where, yeah, you may take your shit down, but if you're going viral, how you really trying to go viral, that shit will never be deleted. You're not rich and famous, so it's not being scrubbed from the internet. That shit will always be there. And I don't know if parents, primarily women, and I'm talking to women because there is a double standard, unfortunately. I don't know how people feel about, I don't know how kids feel about knowing that their dad was fucking hello people. It's disgusting as fuck. Yes, it's putting yourself at risk. Yes, but there is a double standard with that. And we do all, and for me, I know a lot of niggas just simply don't give a fuck. I think that's truly why the double standard exists, because a lot of men truly don't give a fuck, and women really do give a fuck. And I think that's one of the main reasons why that double standard actually exists. Is it right? Fuck no, but I think that's the reason why it exists. I know a lot of women in my life who's fucking on camera, and they all have young kids. My question is, are you valuing that dollar more than you value your child's respect for you? Honestly, because every child growing up, unless there's just some wild ass shit going on, holds their parents, especially their mother, on a pedestal. Almost every, like I said, unless there's some wild shit going on, the normal, healthy, happy relationship between mother and child is the mother's being held on a pedestal. The woman that's doing the OnlyFans and that's sucking the dick on these porn sites, that's on Instagram and Twitter, shaking their ass, yeah, saying some wild ass shit that makes no sense, or some Sukiyana shit. This ass may be fake, but this pussy real. They're saying all this wild shit. Now, I'm not talking about the women that's just being sexy. I'm talking about the women that's actually going crazy. Have you seen Twitter? There's like a whole other side of Twitter that's out there where women are just fucking on their Twitter pages, fam. I'm talking to those women. Are you valuing the dollar more than you're valuing your child's love and respect for you? Because once your child sees that, there's no way they're thinking of you highly. There's no way. Let's stop the bullshit. Look, think about your own self. If you were to come across hundreds of videos of your mother getting slapped in the face with dicks, getting nutted on by multiple men, even seeing one nigga do that would kind of be like, what the fuck is this? But you'll kind of be like, all right, mom gotta have to live her life too. But when you see hundreds of videos of your mother being nutted on her face by multiple niggas, being slapped across her face with penises, being slutted out on camera by multiple niggas from multiple angles, there's no way you're still going to think highly of her. You're not. And I don't know if these parents are thinking about this shit, because it's a different feeling when you see you can get a quick buck. When you see you don't have to work hard to get some money. That's a different feeling. That's a different type of, you know what I'm saying? That's a different type of thrive you get. That's a different type of, you know what I'm saying, motivation you get to get that bread. I ain't gotta work hard. I can get this. That's a different type of motivation to do some shit. But it's like, I would always think, if you think about what your kids would think, you wouldn't do that. And even if you don't got kids, if you have dreams on having a family one day, I don't understand you can turn around and get on camera and do the shit that these people are doing. Now, look, I'm not trying to make it seem like I don't enjoy seeing this shit. Like, some of this shit is some good work. Like, some of these women is really busting that shit open. But I can't compute that. Like, I can't compute how they would be okay with having their children see that, because you can't control if they see that or not. The only way you control if your kids see you fucking and sucking on camera is if you never do it. Let me ask people this. How does that conversation go? Yeah, baby, I had to do this to get you those Gucci slides, to get you out of that house, to get you out of that bad situation we was in. No, you didn't, mama. You could have got a job. No, you didn't, mama. You could have just been selling feet pics. Like, that exists. There's a market for that. I'm not a nigga that subscribes to that, but there's a market for niggas who just get OnlyFans to look at women's feet. You don't have to get on there fucking different niggas every day. You didn't have to do that. You chose to do that. You enjoy doing that. So as long as you're comfortable with having that conversation with your kid when they grow up and see this shit, then you're good. But if you're not comfortable having that conversation, explain to your kids in the future why you was fucking and sucking multiple people on camera, you shouldn't do this shit. And if you're not taking in the views of how, if you're not taking in consideration how your kids will think about you when you get older, you shouldn't be doing this. Because that should be one of the first things that you think of before you actually turn that camera on. Before you go buy that equipment, before you put that butt plug in your asshole, you need to be thinking about how your kids are going to view you, how your family's going to view you. It can't all be about getting a quick dollar. It can't be. Life can't always be about that. It can't be about that, fam. There's no pride in that. There's no pride 5-10 years later knowing you sitting on what 60K, 100K from sucking and fucking. You can't be proud of that. I don't give a fuck who you are. You can't be proud of that. And like I said, it is a double standard. It does exist, but I also understand that a lot of niggas simply don't care. And I also understand a lot of women do. I think that adds to the double standard, unfortunately. I don't think it should exist, but for the few women I know who don't give a fuck, the double standard truly doesn't bother them because they truly don't give a fuck. They know they fucking and sucking. They know these things. Moving on, man. One freaky topic to another freaky ass topic, man. One potentially freaky ass young man. Let's go ahead and get into Deshaun Watson, man. You know, wow. I brought it up on past episodes. I think I had my boy Aaron on the podcast. Shout out to my boy Savage. I had brought him on the episode and we was talking about the whole Deshaun Watson situation. Obviously, much more information came out. He's not being charged with any criminal charges, so he won't be going to jail. He does still have 22 civil cases out. Recently, he was signed to a $230 million guaranteed contract, the most guaranteed money in NFL history, the biggest contract in NFL history, to the Cleveland Browns in a trade. He will be the Cleveland Browns quarterback going forward, 26-year-old quarterback, easily top 5 quarterback in the NFL when he left. A lot of people had him top 3. This situation is crazy to me because I remember when I first brought up on this podcast that Deshaun Watson has been adamant, fam, that he didn't do this shit. I'm talking about, if there was ever a nigga that said he didn't do some shit and I believed him, it was that nigga. But more information that came out and the amount of physical therapists that nigga had, that's truly the only thing that has me looking at bro like, hold on. Like, how many fucking physical therapists do you truly fucking need? When you get one person that get the kinks and knots out your back right, why are you going to somebody else? That makes no sense. That's truly the only red flag, but it's like the biggest fucking red flag because to me it's damn near unexcusable. He gave a loose excuse for it, but he couldn't go into it because of the pending investigation. But it's unexcusable, fam, because I'm a nigga who had PT for my back and shit like that. At no point in time was I thinking about going to somebody else when somebody was helping me get me right. But I'm not Deshaun Watson. I don't know the whole story. But from that point, I gotta say, hold on, my nigga. But the reason why I got up on the screen doesn't matter at this point for him to prove his innocence is because he's not going to jail. He's not going to jail. He said he has no intentions on selling these 22 lawsuits. He's going to settle at least some of them. He's going to settle. That he's going to settle. That is how it goes. May not be now, may not be next year. It's 22 cases, fam. They're not all gonna get dropped at one time. He's never truly going to be viewed as an innocent man. We've seen it with Kobe. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it with other athletes, even with Big Ben. As much as I don't really know all the particulars because I'm just saying I wasn't a big Ben fan like that. I wasn't a big NFL fan like that when that went down. So I really didn't know the details, the minutia of the shit. I just know he got accused of this shit multiple times. And even with him winning multiple rings and going to be a Hall of Famer, that still is brought up to this day. I don't think Deshaun Watson will truly ever be looked at as an innocent man by everybody. And I'm not saying whether or not I look at him as an innocent man because I truly don't fucking know. I think there was some creepy, nasty shit going on, but I don't know if he sexually assaulted all these women. I don't know. I truly don't fucking know. But I did come across a video on YouTube of one of his accusers. And she gave detail about this whole Deshaun Watson shit. Because every time they talk about this shit on ESPN and Undisputed and shit like that, they always say they can't go and they can't. The details are so crazy that they can't even talk about it on TV. So I was like, what the fuck is going on? What happened? I gotta know. So I came across this video on YouTube and one of the young ladies was, detailing what happened to her. And I can understand why he's not arrested criminally. He's not going to jail criminally. He's not facing any charges like that because from what this woman said, I don't see how he can go to jail for that shit. From what she said about how she didn't even do massages, but he insisted on her doing the massage. She ultimately did it because she thought maybe it would just help her brand. He's a famous NFL player. She gave him a big body towel. He didn't want the big body towel. He wanted to put a face towel between the crack of his ass just to cover up the crack of his ass. When she was doing the massages deep in between his fucking, she used the word crevices of his ass. And I was like, whoa. Only crevice I know in the ass is the crack. That's the only crevice I know. But she was talking about, she wanted him to do his hamstrings and his glutes and shit like that. And she thought that was weird. Off the rip, that's not weird to me. A professional athlete having you massage his ass and his glutes and, his calf muscles and shit like that, that's like the norm. That's like the norm. The only way that's weird is because she didn't do massages. You feel me? Like, she didn't do massages at that time. So, yeah, it would be weird if I don't do massages and you come to me telling me give you a massage and then you tell me start going into your hamstrings and to the crack of your ass. Like, I'm going to feel uncomfortable if this is not what I do on the reg. So I get why she felt that way. And it could have been, some more going on. But just off that, I get why he's not locked up. But it goes even further. And obviously, she flipped over. I mean, he flipped over, and he got a little small ass towel. And she said, "Nice nigga, dick on hard." She doing her thighs, and she get into his pelvic area and shit like that. Saying, "Bro, stiff as a motherfucking me, stiff as a ruler" type shit. Saying his dick was touched her multiple times, and then ultimately he ended up ejaculating. And then that's, what I'm saying, that's pretty much, that's what she's talking about. I don't know if that's sexual assault. I don't. And don't kill me. I don't know. Because I can only assume, fam. I can only assume that ejaculation during massages is common. I can only assume that, fam. I can only assume that's normal, fam. In all honesty, like I can only assume that happens on a normal basis. I've seen tattoo parlors when they were giving women tattoos in their vagina area, and women were squirting, women were ejaculating, coming and shit like that. That shit happens. I think when you're in those areas, shit like that happens. I don't know if you can classify that as sexual assault. I just don't. And clearly, the legal system didn't think it was sexual assault. Criminally, now civil cases is different. Civil cases is always a matter of, you know what I'm saying, public opinion and shit like that. If you got the public on your side, you can win a civil case. So civil cases is always different than actual criminal cases. I don't know if that is sexual assault. Now, if that's happening to 23 different women, it's clearly a fucking problem. But I don't know if you can arrest this man, say he's sexually assaulting women because he's nutting and ejaculating when he's getting massages in his fucking pelvic area and his groin area and shit like that. Now I don't know what's in that nigga's mind. Is this some weird shit to be doing, having this shit going on with 23 plus women? Yes. To have 23 different women touching on your body for therapy is some wild shit. There's nothing about that makes sense. There's nothing about that seems legit. That seems like some wild, creepy shit. But I can't sit here and say I can automatically say dudes is some sexual assault shit. Maybe bro just really like beautiful women touching his body. Is that sexual assault? I just think he really fucked up by not going to women who actually did massages. Like this woman said she did not do massages. Like she does now, but like she was like at that time she didn't do that. He insisted on that. Like he insisted on her doing it, and she did it. So it's just like that Deshaun Watson shit is crazy, fam. Like with knowing that that's the story, I don't ever see how he can never be looked at as innocent by everybody. I never see how that's gonna be the situation, because that's some creepy shit, but I don't necessarily know if that's sexual assault. Is it some creepy, uncomfortable shit? Yes. But if you giving this man a massage in his pelvic area and his groin area and his dick on hard and touch your arm, I mean, I would kind of think that's going to happen a few times. If the man ended up ejaculating while you was giving him a massage, I can only assume. I've never been to a professional establishment to get a massage. I've never been there. I've never been to a professional establishment to get a massage. So I don't know how often that happens, but just knowing what I know from tattoo parlors and shit like that, when those areas are being stimulated and shit like that, shit happens. You know what I mean? So I just think Deshaun Watson truly, he fucked up. He fucked up, and he got some explaining to do about why he was going to all these different women, meeting them on Instagram and having them do his massage treatment and shit. That don't make sense for a nigga that's getting hundreds of millions of dollars playing professional football. That don't make sense, fam. But that's the story, bro. That's the fucking story, man. It truly did. It truly is a story, and more information will be coming out in the near fucking future. Moving on, man. I want to get into the scary dynamic of relationships. I came across this show, or this limited series on Netflix called Bad Vegan. I think it's trending right now, actually. It's about Sarma and a nigga named Anthony. I forget Sarma's last name, but she ran the Pure Food and Wine shop, restaurant, I should say, restaurant in New York City. Very, very popular establishment in New York City when it was open. It was about raw vegan food. I'm not eating that shit, but there was a market for it apparently. And she was killing the fucking game. But I encourage everybody to watch this shit, because if watching this show really stood out in my mind about the dynamic of relationships and how it can change when shit hits the fan. Apparently, man, I'm not gonna give away the whole show because I do want people to watch it. But apparently, somewhere down the line, this woman, she met a man named Anthony Starkis. He was lying to her, saying his name was Shane. Somewhere along the line, man, they embezzled a lot of fucking money. They stole a lot of fucking money from the employees. Everything. She wasn't paying her employees. She ripped off hella money from investors. And she truly blamed all this shit off being mentally abused. The man told her that her dog, well, he can make her dog immortal. And she believed it. She believed all this wild shit. She said she believed all this wild shit. And that's how she ended up loaning this man millions of dollars, stealing money from investors, all this bullshit. He told her some shit about, you know, so you're going to be immortal. I'm going to make you and your dog immortal. And she was believing this shit, quote unquote. And to see how the legal system automatically gave her a way out. When you see how when shit hit the fan, how easily she played the victim, how easily the victim label was placed on her. It was the victim label was so placed on this woman. It's disgusting. It damn near made me throw up how quickly and how easily the victim label was attached to this woman, because she was a white, blonde, skinny vegan woman. You know what I'm saying? It was just she met all the motherfucking qualifications of a quote unquote victim. And this whole story, fam, it's some of the most crock of bullshit I've ever heard. I'm telling you, this woman literally got away with this shit. Like, on one hand, I'm offended because you know good and goddamn well if a black person in America ripped off all these investors of millions of dollars, didn't pay their employees, they would be in jail. This woman had a total debt of over $6 million. Didn't pay employees, had multiple grand larceny charges, embezzlement charges, fraud charges, all that good shit. The woman went on the run and then told people she didn't know she was on the run. They was just leaving and shit. What? This is what this woman was saying. And she got away with this shit. The lady only spent 3 months in jail. 3 months. 3 months. You have to, I don't even, because I don't want to tell you the whole fucking show. You have to watch it. It's called Bad Vegan. It's not about fucking vegan food. It's about this lady who was a fucking vegan who ended up getting caught off a fucking pizza delivery. Off some Domino's. Bitch went on the run and got caught over some Domino's, but she a vegan. Fam, y'all have to watch it and just see. That show alone is a clear depiction of America, fam. The legal system. And that's not even the point of the show. You can just see the legal system and how the narrative is being spun to help this woman. And even with them help trying to spread this narrative about her side of the story, it still comes out, shines bright like a fucking diamond, that this was a huge fucking finesse. A huge fucking finesse. Like, it made me think about how scary the dynamic relationship is, because shit can be good. Two people can be in cahoots with each other the whole time. Love can be in the air. But when shit hits the fan, it's so easy for a woman to just simply be like, no, I was terrified for my life. I was suffering from mental abuse. It was this, it was that. It was so much going on. He's the bad guy, he's the villain. And it's so easy for all that shit to just be placed onto that nigga. Now, I'm not saying this nigga was a clean cut nigga. He was definitely a shady motherfucker. But she was shady as a motherfucker too. Dude was a con artist. But she was a con artist too. She was trying to run a con on old boy, but he was running a con on her ass the whole fucking time. That's truly what the fuck I think happened. She only married old boy for his money. He ain't had no fucking money. He was taking her shit. So now the shit hits the fan, she was just throwing out there. She didn't know what the fuck was going on. She was scared and she was lied to. If you really thought a motherfucker could make your dog immortal, you're crazy. If you truly thought this nigga could make your dog live forever, you're crazy. You got me fucked up. You think I'm believe that shit? And I'm about likely to tear off and whoop your ass. You got me twisted, baby. Like, I look, man, please watch Bad Vegan on fucking Netflix. Please let me know what y'all think about that shit. Because it highlights how easy it is for when shit hits the fan for one spouse to turn on the other spouse. And how easy it is for people to just believe the woman off her appearance and off how she carries herself. And not actually people not taking the time to actually dig deep and look behind the surface to see, no, this bitch is shady as fuck. It's interesting to see. That nigga only did a year in jail. He really got off on time served. He was a white man too. It's wild to see how the legal system played that entire situation. It truly is wild as fuck to see. Moving on, man, before we wrap this motherfucking podcast on up. I want to talk about how assuming the worst is just blah. You know, there was this picture circulating from the Oscars, from Wesley Snipes, legendary fucking actor, man. He don't really get the credit he deserved from Marvel from really kicking off that whole fucking company franchise movement and shit like that. He saved their ass type shit. Pictures came circulating about Wesley Snipes. It was the 30-year anniversary, I believe it was, when White Men Can't Jump. They had the entire cast, him, Woody Harrelson, and I can't remember the Mexican woman's name. I can't remember her name. I apologize. But they had their picture up. And people were talking about Wesley Snipes and saying he looked sick. He looked like this. But immediately right after that, you got a bunch of people telling y'all didn't learn y'all less from Chadwick Boseman. He could be sick. He could be this. And I'm just sitting back like, yo, fam. We live in a day and age, man, to where you can't have fun no more. Like, you assuming the worst is bullshit. What if dude went vegan? Like, what if dude just lost hella fucking weight? What if Wesley Snipes didn't look sick to me. And if he is sick, you know what I'm saying? I hope he gets well soon. Hopefully he beats whatever the fuck he got. But I'm not finna start just assuming people are sick when they lose hella weight. Like, what if dude just lost weight? Like, he don't look that much different from what he did in that fucking Netflix show with Kevin Hart. He looked like the typical black nigga that grow old. That grow old and lose hella weight. That's what Wesley Snipes look like. Now, do he look like Blade? Fuck no. I just watched Blade 2 last night. He was cocky. He was fit as a motherfucking Blade. But you gotta think, nigga. Wesley Snipes done went to prison for not paying taxes. Wesley Snipes done been, he went through a long period of time where you really didn't see him in movies and shit like that. You can't sit here and tell me that when you seen him in Coming to America 2, you didn't see like, oh shit, nigga, Wesley look kind of, he needed this job. You can't tell me you didn't think that. Especially knowing that nigga went to prison for not paying his taxes. So when I see Wesley Snipes, I don't automatically assume the nigga's sick. I know the world got on Chadwick Boseman ass. You know what I'm saying he looked bad and stuff like that. Then eventually he ended up passing a few months later. Came up that he had cancer and things like that. So I get the hesitancy to want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, let's just not do it. But fuck that. What assuming the worst is bullshit. It ties back into the whole Jada Pinkett shit. Assuming that this woman had alopecia is bullshit. I'd rather crack my joke, my innocent, harmless joke, and then apologize if I offended you, than spend the rest of my life walking on fucking eggshells. I'm not doing that for nobody. If Wesley Snipes walked in here and motherfuckers looked at Wesley Snipes like, damn, boy, you on that shit? Laughing and joking with him? And then he came out and said, nah, man, I got stage 2 of this. It's like, fuck. I feel bad, man. I'm sorry. I apologize. You want some water? Like that's what will happen. An honest apology, a sincere apology, and niggas will move forward. I'm not finna just keep going around assuming niggas is fucked up like that. What if the nigga just vegan, fam? What if he literally just trying a new? What if he eliminated meat from his diet? What if he just trying something new? I got a homeboy. Shout out to my nigga X. He just got the gender reveal for they baby, having a baby girl. Shout out to you and Tanisha. A true American high school love story, isn't it? But shout out to them. I got a homeboy. He just went on a fucking 7-day water diet where he drunk nothing but fucking alkaline water for 7 days straight. Nigga lost hella weight. That nigga used to be fucking 220, 215 or some shit. Big as fuck. Now he like 190, skinny and shit. Do I think my nigga got cancer? Do I think my nigga dying on the inside? No. I think my nigga just made changes to his lifestyle. Like, what the fuck? Like, if I see him, like, you on that shit, ain't you, boy? And he say, nah, nigga, I'm just doing the alkaline 7-day challenge. Oh, okay, that's what's up, my nigga. I might do it my damn self. But if the nigga say, yeah, man, I got some shit going on in my lungs. I'm fucked up over her, Hatch. I'm like, oh, fuck, bro. I'm so sorry, man. Is there anything I can do? But walking your life on eggshells is bullshit, bro. It's too much real life shit going on in the world to not have a moment of laughter. For real, I say all the time in this podcast, but sometimes you gotta laugh to keep yourself from crying. Sometimes you gotta laugh to take your mind off the bullshit, off the serious shit. For real. Real talk. And I hope nothing's wrong with Wesley Snipes. I truly hope nothing is wrong with Wesley Snipes. I truly hope that he's just living his best life. That he's okay. When I seen him, he was joyfully talking to people. I hope that he's okay. I hope everyone's okay. I don't assume no one's fucked up and dying on the inside. Only time I assume when niggas dying is when a nigga's actually dying. Like, oh, that nigga's dying. Like, no, I'm not finna just come out the wazoo and put that on that man because he's scared than what last time I saw him. Because he's scared than what I would expect him to look like. Like, I don't see that. Was his outfit trash? Yes. His fit was trash as fuck. Was his jacket too big? Yes. Yes. But I didn't have a image of Wesley Snipes that I thought he should look like the next time I saw him. He like an old ass mid-50 to almost 60s dark-skinned man. Skinny as fuck now. Black as fuck. No hair. What the fuck did you expect? Truly. Real motherfucking talk, man. What else we got, man? Is that all we got on this motherfucker, man? We got dynamic relationships, nightlife scene, Jada Pinkett Smith, R. Kelly. No, R. Kelly was last week. I'm tripping. Will Smith, Deshaun Watson. Yeah, man. We got everything, man. We gonna go and wrap it up like that, bro. A lot of motherfucking show on the motherfucking deck we covered today, man. So this is a good episode, bro. I truly enjoyed getting a lot of this shit off my motherfucking chest, bro. We over an hour on this podcast. We over an hour on this shit. Ooh. I didn't think we was gonna make it real talk. My fucking sciences is killing me right now. You know, I want to say this before I wrap the podcast on up, man. I want to say, next week, I'm going to try something new with the podcast. I mentioned on past episodes. I'm going to go ahead and do next week as the first live show. We're going to do the first live show of this podcast next week. I still don't know whether I'm going to stream it on YouTube. I'll do a live stream on YouTube or Twitch or Twitter or on Facebook. Just because I do know a lot of people on Facebook do engage with this show and things like that. So I may do that for the first live show, then take it over to Twitch permanently. But next week, episode 87 of the Thin Line Between Genius and Insanity podcast, hosted by your boy OGHatch, will be a live show. I encourage everybody to tap in. You know what I'm saying? I will announce the dates and the time when I will start the stream, start the live show, so we can make sure we get as much friends of the show into the comment section and who can all enjoy the fucking first live show, the first annual live show of this month from we podcast. It should be interesting, man. It really should be interesting. Like I said, I'll get on social media within the next couple of days and I'll give out the time so where people can hop into the motherfucking live show and get this thing rocking. It should be very interesting, very entertaining. It will be something new for your boy. You know what I'm saying? I think it will kind of change up the flow of the podcast just because I'll probably be engaging with active comments and active people watching and shit like that, and engaging with them a little bit more, so it may take the conversations to places that never been on this podcast. Who truly motherfucking knows? But I do want to make sure that I let you guys know ahead of time that episode 87 will be a live show. I still will be putting out these episodes on Spotify, on YouTube, and things like that. I will still cut them up and edit for you guys. So if you don't have a chance to tap in with the live show, you still will be able to access the episode the same fucking way on YouTube at the OGHatchTV YouTube channel, or on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Audio Mac, Google Podcasts, etc., etc. Nothing will change on that front, but we will make that the first live episode, live show. We will be doing that going on forward from here on out, and I'm very excited to make that announcement for you guys, man. But I do want to wrap it up, man. You know what I'm saying? You know I give it up on this side. You know what I'm saying? Ain't shit changed. It's all love these ways. Never let them sidetrack you with the bullshit. Always keep the main thing the main thing. Stay safe, stay sharp, stay sane. And how I try next week, man. Let's go ahead and get this motherfucking money. You dig? You dig? Man, he slapped the shit out of him. Like till this day, I've yet to see a nigga get slapped that hard. So when you get slapped in your whole head, like your whole body turn, yeah. Like, yeah, he smacked high five from your ass, didn't he, Chris? That ain't Chris Rock bad to me, man. I would have whooped the fuck out of Will Smith in front of his wife. In front of his motherfucking wife. How about that? That shit crazy, man. Peace.